Hi traders, welcome back to another workshop. So let's talk about what's really holding you back in building that consistency. So consistency is the terms that I always highlight in the community. I've never once say making money, making profits or whatsoever, because ultimately the goal of us becoming a trader or an investor is to make sure that we have a consistent way to generate profits, not in 1 month but in years to come. And that's one of the things that I always describe to all of you. Please make sure you have a strategy or you have a perspective to look at the market the same way every single day. So consistency, understand the terms. What leads to consistency? Your routine, your rules, your trading plan. So these are the three main things that will bring you into the correct direction. Because if you don't have a plan, it's impossible for you to generate consistent results, because you don't even know what you're looking for. You're just jumping onto the market, starting to rifling your positions all over the place, looking at 20, 30, 40 pairs. If you don't have a plan to guide you on what are you going to do today, what's the criteria, etc., then ultimately you will never get consistent results. Second thing, your routine. Consistent results comes from consistent action plan. So if you have a consistent routine, it could be as simple as cleaning your desk, spending 2 hours to analyze the market every morning, spending half an hour to back test every single day, going to work out. It could be meditating, it could be spending time to do your journaling, etc. You cannot just go into the market every single day, put on a few trade, and then just wait for the end of the day, see whether if it's a winner or loser. That is not a real trader. A real trader is a highly disciplined person that knows what is he really looking for in the market. Because if you don't know what you're looking for in the market, it's impossible that you'll be able to survive in this extremely high failure rate industry for a longer term. So have a routine that tells you who you really are. Are you a good trader? Are you a disciplined trader? A disciplined trader is also a disciplined person in real life. If you're not disciplined in real life, if you're not even putting in the effort, putting in the hard work, if you're taking trading easy, if you're not respecting money, if you're not respecting the market, or if you have too much opinion in the market, you'll still fail as an overall trader. Okay? And the last thing is you need to have a consistent strategy. Price action reading is a little bit different, but we don't really have a specific strategy, but what we're looking for is to seek for an understanding of the market itself. The only way you can become a consistent price action trader is that you have a very intensive understanding of the market. Then you know patterns that are likely to repeat itself over and over again. Like us, price action trader are very different as compared to a rule-based trader, as compared to of course we have rules as well, but as compared to a systematic trader, where maybe they have a static trend line to tell them when to enter, or they're solely purely entering a setup based on indicators. We are not someone who rely on indicators. But why does most of the successful trader trading price action? That's because price action allows you to have a good understanding of what the market is really trying to do, of what the majority psychology is really thinking, by purely looking at the chart, the candles. And that's one of the things that has given me what I have right now. I'm always a big fan of understanding as opposed to copy and paste. You need to first understand what is the financial market, what is the chart itself, what is the candlestick, what is support and resistance in order for you to become highly profitable. Okay, so it goes back to the topic. Some of the main reasons, some of the key reasons that's leading you to inconsistent results are usually, first thing first, you have too many pairs in your watch list. If you want to become consistently profitable, the first trick to do, I've talked about this in our community yesterday as well. The first thing you must do is to first narrow down what you're looking for. Don't have your eyes all over the place. You can't trade gold, indices, the S&P minis, the index, all at the same time. You need to focus on 1 to 2 things, master them, go deep on them, make sure they generate consistent returns for you, make them your main income streams, then only you start looking for diversification. It's not just about trading. In business field, in entrepreneurship, it's the same thing. If you don't have a main income stream that's coming to you, that you're extremely good at, don't even think about distracting your attention. And that's one of the things that I always say as well. Like Rita, she only focused on pound dollar. What she's essentially engineering her brain to think is to say, hey, I'm good at this, and let me double down onto this pair. Alright, so right now, I know a lot of you might be thinking, if I only trade one pair, I have very little, or I might miss out a lot of opportunities. But good trader really think in terms of risk. On the flip side, you're also avoiding potential losses. Yes, you might miss out a lot of good setups on every other pairs, a lot of other pairs, but you also avoid bad losses on other pairs at the same time. It's give and take. But if you only focus on one setup, one pair, it allows you to focus on the setup, to focus on your strategy a lot better, because you're only looking at one thing. It could be gold, it could be pound dollar. My suggestion is you can always go to gold, pound dollar, or pound yen, or pound Aussie. If you're looking for something a little bit more volatile, go for these pound pairs or gold. But if you're someone who wants more of a slow market, more of a steady market without a lot of swings, a lot of spikes, then you can go for things like Euro dollar, Aussie dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar Canadian. Right, recently all of you know that I'm a big fan of Aussie dollar recently, not because I make money on it, but purely because I just like the amount of peacefulness that I get from Aussie dollar. In the past, especially in the first 3 years, some of you knew that I only trade pound dollar, which was exactly like retail right now. But over time, I feel like there's a lot of fake outs, there's a lot of extremes on GU. That's why I slowly transition into other pairs. But you don't see me trading a lot of pairs. All of you know that I only trade a few pairs. Pound yen, very rare. Pound dollar nowadays, not really as well. Mainly gold and Aussie dollar. That's it. You don't see me trading 10 different pairs. And what I'm trying to educate all of you is to have the patience and the discipline to wait for a setup to come to you. Because the mindset of, I don't want to miss out any setup. I want to look at 20 different pairs. Once you don't have any setup, or once you take a loss, you start switching from pairs to pairs, setups to setup. That's the root to inconsistency, because you are greedy, you are impatient. You just want to constantly be involved in the market. You want to constantly be in action, but that's not how you make money in the market. If you want to become a good trader, you first need to know when should you not trade, not when should you trade. It's easy to find a setup. You just calculate the lot size, you key in, you just click the buy or sell, set your stop loss, that's it. But how many traders are able to just sit in front of the chart, looking at the price movement and still be able to remain composed and say, I'm not going to get involved. That's not the ideal market condition. My strategy doesn't work well in the current condition. So once you're able to have self-talks like this, then you are one step closer to becoming the top 1% trader. Let me ask you another good question. Do you want to make $100,000 this month and spend the remaining 9 months losing money, or failing challenge, or being inconsistent? Or would you rather to have a consistent $10,000 going into your bank? If I put things into a perspective like this, then it allows you to just sort of eliminate the cloud in front of you, to sort of just brighten your thought process, your mindset. Because would you rather to have, again, $20,000 consistently entering your bank account, or would you rather have 2 months in a year where you're only positive, you're spending the remaining 10 months being negative or break even? Of course, you rather choose the first one, because consistency is the key to compounding and growth. Lots of traders quit the market not because they're a bad trader. I've coached a lot of traders in the past. Most of them quit the market because they're not being disciplined, they're not being strict enough on themselves. That's why you quit. Because the motivation of you quitting is a lot higher for you to succeed. Why do you think 95% of traders fail? Is it because they really lose all the money? Is it because they go bankrupt? It is never that case. Because they quit themselves, because they choose to give up on something they don't feel significant enough for them to just keep pushing. Like myself, I'm a good example here. If I were to quit few years ago, right now I'll probably work in a restaurant washing dishes, or maybe if I'm fortunate enough, I might become an assistant manager working in a hotel or a restaurant. But guess what? Does it give me the amount of freedom, the amount of financial stability that I want? No. Maybe I'm making 4,000 to 5,000 Aussie dollar per month, but how can that money gives you the ultimate freedom? What I'm trying to do here is also to wake all of you up from reality as well. You need to wake up and start thinking about your long-term growth, your retirement. If you're feeling comfortable with your current situation, let's say you're earning 4 to 5 grand per month, yes, you feel comfortable. Yes, you have enough money to survive, you have enough money to spend, you have a comfortable living, you can travel maybe once in a year or once in 2 years. But why do you settle for less when you clearly knew that you deserve a lot more? Why do you settle for less? That's one of the big statement that I stamped on my brain when I was a lot younger. I told myself that I would never settle for less. I want to achieve high level results. I want to fly on a business class. I want to have good car, good watch, big houses. I want everything together. I want every single thing. I would never allow myself to say, hey, I'm comfortable in my current situation and I choose not to grow. To quit, to stop learning, to stop growing, to stay within your comfort zone, to fail, all of this have one similar things behind, which is a decision. It is all a decision. It is your decision to break your discipline. It is your decision to blow up your daily risk. It's your decision to not follow your setups. It's your decision to not trust your strategy. It's all a decision. So when things goes wrong, it's our job to find solutions and fix it and be like a specialist. I've always said this. Good traders are like a specialist. We focus on things that we're good at and we try to avoid things that we're not so good at. Like myself, I'm very, very good at spotting turning points in the market. I'm never a good trend following trader. So what I do is I find high quality reversal setup. That's it. I don't try to say, how can I master trend following? I don't try to do that because I know for my personality, I don't like to chase highs. I don't like to chase lows. I don't like to get in at a premium. I like to get in at an extreme discount at a level where I think the majority have already given up on their buyers. That's when I start getting in and I go aggressive. So all of you who are watching this video, I mean, if you're watching until this point, which means you are really a passionate trader, you want to learn more, whether it's from me or from any other a lot more successful traders. For me, I feel like I'm just a small peanut as compared to some of the 8-figures trader. But we're all a craft. We're all in our progress to becoming a better trader. So don't ever have negative self-talks like I can't do it, like trading is impossible. It's impossible to make money. It's impossible to be consistent. I'm a proven example that things will come true as long as you stick to it and you go deep into this skill set. Trading is a skill set, high income skill. In order to be good at it, you need to keep putting in hours and hours of back end work, of hard work, sweat, tears, blood, money, energy, a lot. And I've sacrificed a lot of friendships, relationship, money, energy to become where I am right now. So if there's one advice that I'll give all of you to keep pushing hard, is to think long term. Trading is not about how can I live comfortably for this year. It's about retirement. Trading is not just a job. It's a business. It's a lifestyle. It's a blood. It's in your blood. All right. So to become a good trader, think in perspective. Right. So that's it for the workshop, and I'll talk to you later.